Oh, what a night. Late December back in 63.
Welcome back to the Easy Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Ed Smith, joined by my co-host, Mr. Javon Adams.
Yes, sir.
This segment sponsored by family and owned and operated Bacoli's Natural Pet Foods and Supplies. Over 30 brands of pet food, largest selection of treats, and local destination for origin and Econo Premium Foods. For more information, call Bacoli's at 602-923-1183. Want to jump right into this. You know that music. You know it can only mean one thing. That means we got Coach D'Alicio on the line with us on the Maduro's hotline. It's time for that Juco report. We also have a special guest, Mr. Art Becker, joining.
Good morning.
Okay, Art just got disconnected, so crew is going to ring him back. So how you doing, Coach?
Good. How are you, sir?
Doing great, man.
How you doing, sir?
Good.
So
good. Thank you. Good.
While we're waiting on Coach, tell us a little bit about last night's game, man. I saw your post today.
So here we go. So Ottawa University in Surprise, they first season playing football. They finished the season 7-3, and they hosted the Victory Bowl. It's an NAIA bowl game that they hosted this year. Hosted a team from Illinois, Olivet Nazarene, out of the Chicago area, and it was a back and forth game. Two really well matched teams, and at the very end, Olivet Nazarene came up with the win, 38-35. But it was a great first season. Coach Mike Nesbitt, who you had on a couple of weeks ago, great team. They only had 4 seniors. Everybody's back next year, and they're loaded with recruits coming in. So it's going to make for an interesting year number 2. We're real excited out there in the West Valley.
Well, Coach, that's great to hear. We got Coach Becker back online with us, man. So you go ahead and introduce him.
All right. So let me set this up here real quick. So Art Becker is a gentleman, grew up here in the Valley, attended Camelback High School, go Spartans, my alma mater. Graduated in 1960. He was a legend on the hardwood. Played basketball. And played at Camelback. Was All-State. Played at ASU. Was All-State, or excuse me, an All-American at ASU. He's in their Hall of Fame. Played in the ABA for years for Denver Nuggets, as well as a couple other teams. And he's in the Scottsdale Community College Hall of Fame. He was an athletic director for many years, and he is the executive director of the Valley of the Sun Bowl, to Junior College Bowl that is hosted here in the Valley. It pits the Maricopa champions versus an at-large invite team, and that game is today at noon. Good morning, Mr. Becker.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Yourself, sir?
Doing good.
Great.
Great to have you on, Art.
Go ahead.
Great,
Go
thank
ahead,
you.
Ed. You had a question for him.
No, I just want you go ahead, Coach. I just want to let Art know it's great to have him join us.
Okay. All right. So, real quickly, Art, so growing up here in the Valley, I mean, how have things changed here locally with schools, with kids? You know, you were an AD at Scottsdale for many years. I mean, tell us a little bit about the evolution here in the Phoenix area.
Well, yeah, things have changed quite a bit. I think when I first started as athletic director, the support that we got, that I got as the men's athletic director in Scottsdale was tremendous from Dr. Art Deckevuter and, the administration. Not that they don't get the same type of support now. It's just that financially things have changed. I mean, we used to have, years ago, we had state support, some state support from tax base, but that went out some time ago, and so it's been a challenge probably for the last 10 or 12 years.
Coach or Art, one I wanted to, I mean, when Coach was reading your bio, I mean, you talk about impressive, and you have a great fan in another gentleman who has a show before ours, Mr. Michael Caratudo. I actually talked to him yesterday, told him you were coming on the show. He almost just fainted. So you have that kind of effect on a lot of people. But
Wow.
The background of the Valley of the Sun game, give us a little bit on that and how you got involved with it.
Well, the Valley of the Sun Bowl has been around since 1981. It was started back in the day. It was a game that was started to alleviate financial pressure of going to a bowl. In the days before the bowl game, they would go to a bowl and have a great expense and travel and things like that. So the decision was made to turn that money around and keep it local and put the bowl on here and invite somebody to come in. And I'll tell you what, except for we've had national championship games out of this. Glendale was a national champion out of this bowl game one year, and it's just been a really tremendous bowl. 37 years.
Coach, now, and it's really exciting that we can continue this thing, and you've got two great teams playing today, and they're kicking off here in the next hour, but you've got, Scottsdale Community College, the Artichokes, my alma mater is going to be hosting it, and then you got Blinn College from Texas coming on. How did you end up selecting Blinn this year?
Well, we always looked at the polls first, and went down the polls, and we had earmarked a team, and they chose to go to another bowl. So we contacted. I contacted the AD at Blinn College, who's a friend of mine, and asked if they wanted to come out. And while their record is 6-4, I mean, it's a Texas football team. They have quite a history. I don't know if you've read their history or not, but they've had quite a history, and they've got Cam Newton went to school there for a year and played. So I mean, it's the kind of place where football is really important to that campus, and it just kind of meshed is what it did.
Art, well, one of the questions is a touchy subject. Maybe you can just kind of give a quick hit on this one with the Maricopa Community College decision to eliminate football. How is that going to affect you with the Valley of the Sun Bowl, and what are your thoughts on them eliminating football?
Well, we don't know how it's going to affect the bowl. I'm assuming that it's not going to be a positive thing, but we haven't gotten that far. Probably won't get that far until after the bowl game is done. If there's no Maricopa teams, the basis of the bowl is one Maricopa team hosting, and if there are no Maricopa teams, then that might mean that we're not going to have the bowl in the future. That has not been said. It's only it's the kind of thing that's been implied but not said. What are my thoughts about football? I as an athletic director, I did everything I could to support football, and I know that the athletic directors in Maricopa now do the same. They're just caught between a rock and a hard place, and I'm not personally. I like football. I think football is important to the sports offerings in a college. I think it gives you a number of kids that would come to college and have an opportunity to go someplace after that didn't really have that opportunity before. And it's going to affect that. You're affecting, what you're doing is affecting a program cut is affecting students, and that's not good. We'll see how it turns out, but I understand actually from my standpoint now, being retired for 5 years, I can see both sides of the argument, and like the guy said one time, I don't have a dog in the fight anymore. So yeah, we're just, I just kind of go with the flow.
Well, we appreciate you joining us, Art, and I know you got a busy day ahead of you with the bowl. Coach, if you want to sign off for us real quick and maybe hang out, and we'll get a couple of these other games in real quick.
Sure. Art, thank you so much. We appreciate it, and we'll definitely be in touch, and go Artichokes.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you, Art.
All right, take care, guys.
So, Coach, real quick, we only got about a minute and a half. Give us some of the highlights of this weekend as far as the other bowl games.
Yeah, definitely. So it's a big weekend for Juco bowl games. Out in Waco, Texas, you got the Champs Heart of Texas Bowl, which pits Pima Community College out of Tucson versus Kilgore College. Today in Yuma, you got the El Toro Bowl, which Arizona Western College is hosting versus Lackawanna College out of Pennsylvania. Tomorrow in Perkinston, Mississippi, you got the Mississippi Bowl which features Eastern Arizona College. We had Coach John O'Meara from Eastern, the Gila Monsters, came on a while back versus Jones College. And then tomorrow afternoon in Cedar Falls, Iowa, you got the Graphic Edge Bowl, which is Snow College in Utah, Coach Paul Peterson versus Iowa Western Community College. So some great games. And so a lot of things will be decided after this weekend in terms of the national scene and JUCO football in general going forward.
Thanks, Coach. We're running out of time. We're going to have you in a couple weeks, man. Tell Mama D I said hello, man. And both love to you, both your parents, man.
Likewise.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you, Coach D.
See you, Javon.
You got it.
Coach.
Easy Sports Talk Show. We'll be back after these messages.
Ayuk.